What's up, guys? Welcome to the South Coast. On today's video, we're going over the 5 most common mistakes I see people making when they own a zero-turn mower. Let's get into it. Alright guys, mistake number 5. Cutting your grass in the same direction, the same pattern every time. You got to switch up that pattern. You got to cut it from different directions, discharge that grass in different directions. If you cut it in the same direction every time, you're going to end up with dead spots where your wheels are constantly going over and where that discharge is building up in certain spots. Your grass is not going to be as healthy as it should be if you're not switching up your cut pattern. Mistake number 4, not keeping your deck level. This is something that I check at least once every season. Usually at the beginning of the season, make sure my deck is good and level before I go and cut grass. You don't want to end up with your grass being cut at an angle, so checking your deck level is key. A lot of times you can fix that deck level just by making sure your air pressure is equal in both sides and the tires on each side of the mower. But if you need to, all these decks, they're adjustable. You can adjust it, get it back to level, and you're good to go. Mistake number 3, not using a 3-point turn method or a sweeping turn method when cutting the grass, and then getting online and complaining about your mower tearing up the grass. Guys, these mowers, they are zero-turn mowers. You can sit there and spin them around. You can spin them around one tire and make passes back and forth, but that's going to tear up your grass every time. You got to be using either a 3-point turn method or make nice sweeping turns going around corners and stuff like that. That'll eliminate a lot of the torn up grass, torn up turf that a lot of folks are complaining about. To be honest, I don't always do that. I'm not always in a spot where I have enough time to do a nice 3-point turn every time I'm making a pass back and forth. A lot of times I just turn right around one tire, but I know what's going to happen. I know I'm going to get that little bit of turf ripped up where my inside tire is not turning as the mower is turning around it. It's going to happen. So if you're going to do zero turn, don't complain about it on the internet. Number 2, not keeping your blades as sharp as they should be. This is a big one. Sometimes it's a pain to pull those blades off to sharpen them or swap them out, whatever it may be, but you need to have nice sharp blades if you want to get the best results when you're cutting grass. A lot of times you'll let your blades get worn out too much, then you'll end up with gaps in between their cut paths. You'll end up with little 1-2 blade wide mohawks going down your grass. That's not good. That doesn't look good. Then you got to come back, go over it again. Or your blades just get dull and you end up ripping the grass instead of cutting it. You're not leaving a nice clean cut on the top edge of that grass blade, and then it turns brown. It looks terrible, and you just end up with a worse cut. So make sure you're taking the time to sharpen your blades and change them out whenever they get too bad. Alright guys, the number 1 mistake I see people making online talking about their mowers is not performing proper maintenance. You need to be cleaning that air filter nearly every time you cut. If you're cutting in the afternoon when it's dry and dusty and a lot of stuff's flying around in the air, you should probably be cutting it, or probably be changing it or cleaning it every time you cut. If you're cutting in the morning time when there's still dew on the ground, there's not as much dust and stuff flying around in the air, you can go probably 2-3 cuts between checking it and cleaning it or changing it. But you got to keep that air filter clean. You got to keep nice clean air going into the engine. That really fine dust will get in past the air filter. It'll get into your cylinder and wipe out your cylinder rings prematurely, wear out your piston and cylinder, and that's no good. You need to be checking your oil, making sure you have enough oil first off. Second off, make sure you change it at the proper interval. If you don't hit enough hours to change it every year, go ahead and at least change it before every season or at the end of every season, whatever your method may be there. But keep your oil clean, keep it changed, keep it topped off, and make sure everything on your mower is greased. This mower has 8 different grease fittings that need grease. Make sure you're checking that, keeping your spindles greased if you have greasable spindles on your mower. Just making sure everything's in good condition, checking nuts, bolts, make sure nothing's coming loose, checking your belt, make sure it's staying tight, make sure it's not getting torn up or ripped or anything like that. Maintenance on these mowers is key to keeping them going for years and years and years. This mower is a 2019 and it runs nearly as good as the day I got it here in 2025. And that's just basic maintenance, keeping it going, and it's doing well. So that's the #1 tip. Alright guys, well, we are going to wrap this video up here. Like I said, those are the 5 most common mistakes I see people making with their mowers online. And a lot of it, they're complaining about their mowers not doing well, complaining about them not cutting well, or wearing out too fast. And a lot of that comes back to proper maintenance, taking care of your mower, using it properly. All that sort of stuff can go a long way. So just want to make this video, let y'all know I was thinking about it, let you know some tips and tricks to keep everything operating properly and cutting the best that it can. Anyway guys, hit that thumbs up if you like this video. If you got any more tips or tricks or mistakes you see people making, drop them down there in the comment section. I'm not going to lie to you, I'm not perfect. I don't operate this thing perfectly each and every time. I go probably a few too many cuts between changing my air filter and stuff like that. So I am chief of sinners when it comes to this sort of stuff sometimes. So I'm not here to judge, just here to let you know. Click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Like I said, drop me a comment, hit that thumbs up. As always, I hope y'all have a good one. We'll catch you next time down here on the South Coast.